So, ayun. Hello guys, welcome to Pings and Things, a game review. Pero instead na game review muna tayo and we are trying to understand what is spirituality. Basically to set this up, I created, basically to set things up, I'm Argel Rafael and this is how would I explain spirituality actually to people when I've had the time actually to think about it. So I created this portion of this YouTube channel, Things and Things, a game review. So here we're trying to figure out how would how spirituality is by using pop culture or popular culture. And in this case, I'm going with Hades, the game. So makita nyo bakit yung pinili yung Hades. So this is Things and Things game review and here we are, Hades. So bago natin tuloy, Hades is a dungeon-like, roguelike dungeon crawler RPG created by Supergiant Games. Yan, nandun sa gilid. Ayan, sa gilid. Putik naman. Ayan, basta yan, sa gilid. And, to be completely honest, I've invested 60 hours completely. Hindi ko pa na-check yung hours played ko sa Steam, but yeah, 60 hours into this game, 60 plus hours into this game, if tama yung estimation ko. Pero, as playing, I've come to reflect on it actually. And what's the back? Hades is a game where you're playing as Zagreus. Siya yung anak ni Hades and Persephone. And dami ako sasabing spoilers dito. And you're trying to get your mom back. You're trying to find the truth about why your mom is away or where is she, ano nangyari. And that's the whole point. For the first 5 or 6 runs na matapos mo na buo. Pag nakaabot ka sa dulo, may ma-understand mo why. And, wait. And why did I choose this as my conversation piece about spirituality? Because dito kasi for according to the Oxford Research Encyclopedia, Christian spirituality is basically understanding God, the material world, and human identity, or finding the connection between spirituality and what we believe. And dito kasi, as you're playing, you're believing that your mom is, Zacharias' mom is dead, or he doesn't want something, or Hades is that giant control freak. Dito kasi, you're trying to discover, and spirituality is basically one big aspect of human existence na lagi nating na encounter when we're trying to discover ourselves. We're trying to discover what's our meaning here, what's the purpose of our existence, trying in anything we learn, in building relationships, feeling love, and feeling a connection with God. That's spirituality, right? And here you're taking aspects of the game that's already there. A giant figure that's all powerful, I guess, in where you're at, trying to find your meaning. In this case, his meaning, or he found this, is trying to find his mother. Zagreus is trying to find his mother, and nandito and he's building relationships with other Olympians, Demeter, Zeus, Artemis, Hermes, Ares, Dionysus. He's trying to build the relationships between them, and as you progress, as you find more knowledge about what's happening, as you find your true purpose, I think your getting closer to everybody. You're finding where you stood with them, where their quirks, their quirks and kinks, any little detail about them, and I think that's really cool. And I think it's a very good reflection on on how we on how we as humans also do that. As we progress in life, we form relationship with people. We're trying to understand people. We're trying to get necessarily get to the apex of truth about them. Trying to build a community where these people that we like, these people that we have formed relationships with, are in general harmony and peace. And yeah, it yeah, in general harmony and peace, some peace in the world, love for each other, love for their neighbors. And now I'm getting ahead of myself, but this great game, I mean, you wouldn't spend so many hours in it after doing all your schoolwork. I wouldn't spend so many hours in it. This is, as you progress through the levels, as you progress through the game itself, even after you done the primary task of getting Persephone back, you're still discovering new things. And yeah, even now, I extremely relate to that. That even though I'm not yet a graduate of mechanical engineering, kahit di pa ako graduate, yun. Pag nakagraduate ako, I basically fulfilled one big goal. Graduate ako, makahanap na akong trabaho. And I'd find freedom, not necessarily individuality, but freedom for myself, and helping my parents. And yeah, even then, I'm still going to be learning about new things about myself, finding new abilities, new ways to better hone myself against what may come. And in this case, Zachary is honing himself against the enemies that he's facing. And yeah, this understanding of mine is basically really really great for me, because I'm really just mostly in front of the computer playing games, and I have a whole community of gamers too, so who can actually relate to some of these things if they look more closely into it, and just not for the thrill that you can dodge enemy just by clicking one button on your keyboard, or just by using the mouse to attack people and one-shotting people. Uh, ayun, this game is a great example of that. That you can find meaning in it because it has an after game that's not repetitive. Almost, you're just trying to find a mission. It's not as repetitive as, let's say, FPSs, MOBAs, other kinds of games like that. It's not repetitive. It has a different goal every time you play the game. You have a different goal. You're trying to go further than a further bin, trying to find more aspects of the game that you may have not discovered. And I guess that would be a good conversation piece. I mean, even now, as we're trying to go through this coronavirus pandemic, people are struggling with forming dialogues with others. And for me, conversation pieces are extremely crucial to forming relations, for opening dialogues with others, even though we have different cultures, because games are multicultural. It doesn't care. Games don't care if your culture does this, your culture does that. It doesn't care if you're a Muslim, a Christian, born again, Buddhist, Taoist. Only people would care about that. These games doesn't. The community that these games are built around doesn't. And even now, as people progress, we're finding ways to communicate, even with the poorest sectors. I'm privileged enough to be. I'm not necessarily privileged. I'm lucky enough to be able to do this and reflect while others are struggling. So, thank I'm looking to finish this education and be able to give back. And since we're trying to build a community where people just uh, give love to each other, and I guess to build those communities, I guess conversate. I would use, for me, I personally use. I find something people are have common interest in. So that's my conversation piece, and from there, uh, I try to convey spirituality. Um, I'm trying to find the truth, and even in this game of Hades, we're trying to find the truth about all the aspects from your mother, the mother here for Stephanie. You're trying to find the truth, what happened, what she wants to do, trying to find truth. We're trying to here a bit further in this clip. I can't. I'm having. I haven't shown the whole clip. Here we have a contract for Orpheus, the bard. If you know some Greek mythology, he's a bard who looked back and lost his wife. Here we have. We're trying to do something for him. So I guess that would fall under mercy. We're trying to comfort people who are in pain or who are in suffering. In this game, I didn't encounter him in the run. You have Sisyphus, who in popular Greek mythology is just pushing up a boulder endlessly to a hill. Then the boulder comes back down. You're trying to free him. You're trying to give comfort to him. You're visiting those who are in prison, basically. So it's a very Christian thing to do. One of the spiritual acts of mercy, and spiritual corporal. Well, it's an act of mercy. I guess that's it. We're trying here. I'm trying to show what my conversation piece would be with others who have were lucky enough to understand what I'm trying to say, I guess. And I could show this to kids, to young adults, and it makes spirituality be easier to understand, regardless of culture, regardless of religion, regardless of social standings and all that pretentious stuff. You can share knowledge and be free. I mean, that's what's good about games. Yeah. So yun. This has been Pings and Things, and this has been Hades, Dungeon Crawler game, and I will see you on the next game. And yeah, have another conversation with you guys. Thank you. Bye.